Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Mark with Red Star Loft. Thank you for coming back and watching. I do apologize about the delay, but it's been a very busy week for me. Out of the ordinary. I've been away from home basically from sunrise to sunset, so haven't really had the chance to make a video and give you an update. Plus I wanted to wait and get the results and kind of have everything ready for you. So we had the 350-mile race on Sunday, but before we get into that, the 200-mile race, which was the previous weekend, I'm not even sure that I discussed that yet. I didn't, but I took that win as well. So that Dark Grizzle took the win home for me, so I was really excited about that. So out of 8 races that we've had this year, I've managed to pick up 3 wins, so just short of half of the races. So I'm extremely happy, extremely proud of that. So that's where we ended up for the season. I've also received the news yesterday that I've won Champion Loft, so that's very exciting. That really nice and really good to hear. So Champion Loft, I missed out on average speed because this last race messed me up. So Jim Ward got average speed, and the best bird went to one of our other club members, John. So 3 awards ended up going to 3 different people, which is also kind of nice that, you know, it wasn't just all swept by the same person. But yeah, I got the Champion Loft, which I'm extremely happy about. I guess I'm gonna get a trophy and all this, so that's gonna be fantastic. So that kind of sums that up. And in terms of the 350-mile race, it was a really tough race. The day itself was a ton of fun. I know I didn't record a video, but Adrian P and his lovely wife, they came over and they visited us. So we sat around and joked around and, you know, made some food, had a couple drinks, and really had a good old time. And, you know, I want to thank him publicly for taking the time and making the long drive to come and hang out. He brought me a bird. He brought a few birds for my dad. So just really generous of him, as he always is. So he's been a huge help and the #1 mentor for me this year. And I think he's done a hell of a job mentoring, because I think my results are basically speak for themselves. So that was in terms of the day was great, but it wasn't a great day for racing. It was a hell of a race. It was a smash race. 100+ birds were sent, and here's the results. On the first day, I actually printed the results out. On the first day, as you guys can see, 14 birds came back. My bird the birds were supposed to come around 2 p.m., you know, to be considered a good race, about 2:15, 2:30 at the latest, you know, for it to be a really good time. My bird that took 8th place came home at 5:30. So you guys can see the first bird arrived at 3 o'clock, which is already late, and they were all coming one by one. So John got one, then Jim got one, then, you know, John again, then Ernesto had a handful, and then this is that red check, yeah, it's the red check that I have. So he's the one and only bird that made it back that day for me. And I got 4 more birds back, so I've kind of been waiting, seeing if more birds show up. They haven't, but all in all, on the 350, I've gotten 5 birds back total out of the 19 that I sent, which is not optimal, but, you know, it is what it is. I make peace with it right away. That's how it is. I've gotten 3 Gannett birds back. Yeah, out of the 5 birds, 3 were Gannett birds. The red check that I have, and one of Jim Ward's birds that he gave me a couple of years ago. One of the young off of that pair. So yeah, as you guys can see, out of 100+ birds, 14 made it back. You know, handful more trickled in for everybody the next day, but who knows what the hell happened. Something really did mess them up along the way. And yeah, because I mean, 300-mile they did without a problem. I lost 2 birds. That's back when I had, you know, 27 birds, 28 birds. they came more or less right on time, and I lost maybe two, yeah, definitely wasn't three, two birds. So the extra 50 miles is that I don't think that it's that much of a challenge. Something along the way had to have happened, so who knows what it is, and I'm not gonna think about it too much. Season's over. It's been a fantastic year. It's been a fantastic season. I honestly could not have asked for a better season. To get a win in the first year is crazy, but to get three wins is just a whole other story. So that's where we're at. As you guys can probably see, there's not a whole lot of action going on here because the birds are not in the loft. I had to, as I said before, comply with the changes that are taking place. So I still own the birds. They're still my birds. I'm not gonna say where they are, but they've been moved and they're perfectly fine. And like I said, they're still my birds. So until some changes take place, that's just how it's gonna have to be for the time being. So I've readjusted, and now I have to plan some things out and go with the flow. Basically, not much more to say or to do on that topic. I'm gonna kind of repurpose this loft, but that's not going to be pigeon related, so it's not really that important. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, take you guys through kind of a wrap-up video and take you guys through this year and how it's gone for me. As you all know, breeding started basically, I mean, I had the birds paired up in December. I got 3 rounds out of them, and I had damn near 70 young birds by the time weaning was over. So right around 70 is where I was at. And after after settling started, and after I actually got to start taking the birds to on tosses, I've lost about 10 of them. So we'll just round it off to 60 birds. So between starting the tosses and between actually racing in those few months that I've had, the number of birds went from, we'll say 60, 62 I think it was at that time, to 50 birds. Well, it was more like 57 birds, but we're not going to count the birds that I gave away because of, you know, one reason or another. So I started racing with 50 birds, and by the time the racing actually started, as you guys remember, I've had some birds go somewhere else and get their chips removed. So yeah, it is what it is. That already took me down to 40 some birds. So throughout the races, obviously, you know, I've lost about half the birds from the first race to the last race, and then, you know, what happened in the last race happened in the last race. I had to downsize anyway, so I didn't have to spend too much time thinking about who I'm gonna give away and who I'm not gonna give away. The 5 that made it back earn their place and they get to stay, and if anybody else trickles in, so do they, but I'm not expecting anywhere near 19 birds. So that's where that puts us, kind of start to end. So we won the 200 mile, the 250 mile, and then the 200 mile again. Those are my 3 wins. So kind of that, I guess you would consider that mid-distance. Pardon me, it's really cold out today. That middle distance I more or less dominated. So those are my my 3 wins. Also had, you know, 1 or 2 second places, and 1 or 2 not, you know, nowhere near the top. So that's how it goes, but the consistency was definitely there. So I'm gonna go pick up my little award, and that's about that, guys. I mean, I don't really know what more to say. That's been this year. Things get to calm down, and, you know, as much as I have to make these changes and it's unpleasant and I don't want to, at the same time I'm gonna get some time to rest, some time to sleep in, some time to reset. I still, you know, have birds to take care of. As I mentioned, they're just not there. So that's where I'm gonna leave it, guys. As you know, as always, I'll be here. Please feel free to, you know, ask away. If anybody needs any help, any advice, any questions whatsoever, just let me know. I'll be around here. I'll be watching all of your guys' videos. So as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. It means a lot. I'm really happy and proud of the little, you know, channel that I've built here and the community that we have going on. So let's keep it going, guys. That's all I can say. Have a good one and take care.